Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Houston Sports Talk back another video day. And today, one-time Pro Bowler, one-time Super Bowl champion, and Super Bowl 52 MVP Nick Foles has called it a career. Nick Foles in 2023 last season did not play, but the last time we saw Nick Foles, he actually got to start a couple games for the Indianapolis Colts, and things didn't look good. He played 3 games and 2 starts with the Colts in 2022. He had an 0-2 record with going 25 for 42 with 224 passing yards and throwing 4 interceptions. In 2021, he did start 1 game with the Chicago Bears. That was a game that the Bears actually won. He threw 24 for 35 with 250 passing yards and 1 passing touchdown. Feel me, that was his last start. That would be a great memory. In 2020 with the Chicago Bears, 9 games, 7 starts, 2-5 record, going 202 for 312, throwing 1,852 pass yards with 10 passing touchdowns and 8 interceptions. 2020 was not a bad year for Nick Foles. 2019 with the Jaguars was that year. It was a terrible year. That was the year he, got that big contract with the Jaguars after having success with the Philadelphia Eagles in 2 seasons. And week 1, he hurt his collarbone and missed like 8 weeks and only started 4 games in that 2019 season. And Jacksonville really leaned to Gardner Minshew that year, who now, funny enough, is, going to be fighting for the Las Vegas Raiders starting quarterback job this year, and very well could be the Las Vegas Raiders starter. But he only started 4 games with the Jaguars. He got a big contract with the Jaguars, and that's probably one of the worst signings in Jaguars free agency history. He went 0-4 in the 4 games in 2019 through 77 for 117, throwing 736 passing yards, 3 passing touchdowns, and 2 interceptions. He wasn't terrible when he played. The team didn't have any success, though, and he was very injured. So it only took 1 season for him to get sent out of Jacksonville, going to Chicago. Then 2018 with Philadelphia, Carson Wentz got hurt for the 2nd straight year, and he had 5 starts, starting the last 5 starts of the season, having the last 5 starts of the season after Carson Wentz got hurt. And he got Philly back in playoff contention, because that year Philly, it was not looking like the defending champions were going to be headed to the playoffs, which was terrible. But in the last 5 games, Nick Foles and the Eagles had a 4-1 record. He threw 141 for 195, having a 72 completion percentage, throwing 1,413 pass yards with 7 passing touchdowns and 4 interceptions. He looked just as good as he did in the 2017 playoffs when the Philadelphia Eagles would win the Super Bowl. In 2017, he would have 3 starts with the Eagles. This is when Carson Wentz tore his ACL. In those 3 starts, the team went 2-1. He threw 57 for 101 with 537 passing yards, 5 passing touchdowns, and 2 interceptions. He didn't really look that good with Philadelphia in a couple starts. But that was until the postseason, because in the postseason, Philadelphia went on a crazy playoff run. 3 games, 3 starts without their MVP quarterback. Nick Foles went 3-0 in the postseason, winning the Super Bowl, beating Tom Brady and the New England Patriots. He threw 77 for 106 with a completion percentage of 73. He also threw almost 1,000 passing yards in 3 games. 3 games, he almost threw 1,000 passing yards. 971, 6 passing touchdowns, 1 interception, and he even had a touchdown reception as well. If you guys remember the Philly special, which was huge. So even had a touchdown reception. So total of 7 touchdowns and 1 interception in the 2017 playoffs. He wasn't even that bad in the 2018 playoffs in 2 starts against it was the Saints. I can't remember the team they beat in I think it was the Falcons, it was either the Falcons or the Bears that they beat in the wild card in 2018, and moved on to face the Saints in the divisional round. Because I remember the game against the Saints in the divisional round. Philly had a 10-point lead. They were up 17-7, and New Orleans came back to win. And Philly could have gone to back-to-back NFC championships if they didn't give up that lead to New Orleans, but Drew Brees and the Saints came back, and it was two games that they played that year in the playoffs, 2 starts. The team went 1-1, beating whoever it was either the Bears or the Falcons. I can't remember who it was, and then they faced the Saints and lost in the divisional round. He threw 43 for 71, throwing 500 passing yards, 3 passing touchdowns, and 4 interceptions. So it wasn't the Nick Foles amazing 2017 playoff run where he wins Super Bowl MVP, but they did get a playoff win with Nick Foles in 2018. So with the Eagles in 2017, 2018, in the regular season, and just in both of those regular seasons right there, the team, finished the season going like 9-7 to make the playoffs in 2018, with them, being 4-1 with Nick Foles, and then 2008 to the 2017, he had a 2-1 record. So he was 6-2 as a starting quarterback in the regular season for the Philadelphia Eagles, and then in the postseason, he had a record of 4-1. So as an Eagles starting quarterback, postseason and regular season, his record was 10-3, and he won a Super Bowl, and he won a Super Bowl MVP. So he was terrific. Now, I mentioned him playing for the Colts, the Bears, the Jaguars, and the Eagles, but also he did play for some other teams. He played for the Rams when they were in St. Louis. He played for the Kansas City Chiefs, and then he started his career off with the Philadelphia Eagles. If you guys remember, he was the Eagles starting quarterback from 2012 through 2014, and with them in those years, he had a record of 1-5 in his first year, 8-2 in 2013, 6-2 in 2014. So it was a record of 14-4 in his last 2 years in Philadelphia before going to St. Louis, and then 1-5 in his first year. So the team went 15. It was 15-7, right? Yeah, 15-7. The team went in his first 3 years in Philadelphia, and then the team goes 10-3 in his last 2. So, mainly known for his time in Philadelphia, starting off his career in Philadelphia in his first 3 years, and then, going back to Philadelphia and making his return and leading them to a Super Bowl and a divisional round playoff game without Carson Wentz. So he stepped up multiple times for the Eagles when they needed him because of Carson Wentz's injuries. Won them a Super Bowl in 2017, won them a playoff game, and gave them the chance to play in a divisional round playoff game in 2018. So I know he's definitely really loved in the city of Philadelphia. Let me know your thoughts on the Eagles' former quarterback retiring in the comment section. That's it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed, and peace out.